Hello, my name is Marcia Nash and I am a real estate agent with RE/MAX Delta. And I'm here talking with my friends, Joya and Joya Halpenny, and we're going to be talking about downsizing today and their experiences that we've recently gone through, right? We're all nodding because it was quite the experience, wasn't it?
Was it ever?
Yes, wonderful. So that we'll get right into talking about downsizing right now. So Drew and Joya, just to get a little bit of background here, I was wondering if you could share a little bit in why you decided to downsize and maybe even why now was the right time.
I would probably say that since we are both retired now quite a few years, and we've been living in this house for 20 years, that you sold us 20 years ago, that we have come to this decision a couple of times as to should we stay here or should we move?
Okay.
And if we move, where should it be? And so that was one of our big things to think about. And I had, since my total knee replacement surgery, I've been having trouble with stairs and stuff. So we thought a bungalow would be the next thing to downsize. And both Drew and I, we sort of reached that little bit of understanding that
I was ready to get out of the city too. A little bit smaller town.
Okay.
Yeah.
One level bungalow, small town living.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And what would you say was your biggest concerns about the downsize, right? Making the transition. What was your biggest concern?
Oh, for me was
Ton of junk in the basement.
Decluttering of 20 years of stuff.
Okay.
That was my biggest.
It was a bit intimidating.
Intimidating.
To say the least.
Yes.
It wasn't.
That was a significant concern. That was our major concern.
Was just getting rid of everything. Okay.
Well, where you even start.
Right.
Yeah.
And did you find that maybe because there was so much to do, it maybe, held you back from making the move for a while?
Tremendous amount.
Yeah.
It was really hard to get going. It was getting out of
Plus, this was the first time, Drew being retired military, that all our moves everywhere, all over the country, everywhere else, has always been taken care of by the military, the Department of National Defense.
Okay,
and of course, we unpack at the other end, but somebody just comes in, does the estimate, does all the packing, moving, and everything. We unpack at the other end. But this was the first time for us that we were doing this. And so it's just the thing of starting the decluttering and where do we start and how do we start, how long it's going to be, that's when you stepped in. So that was amazing. That was amazing.
Wonderful. And so how did I help you make the transition?
Every time we expressed a concern, particularly about all the the stuff, the decluttering and so on, you always had solutions for us. You always helped us and said, I can arrange this. If you need help, I can get help for you. I can do this. Perhaps you can do that. One thing or the other. Anyway, just tremendous support, which meant everything to us.
I agree.
Okay.
That was a great beginning. That you came with. We had that meeting and we were telling you all about our angst and, where do we start? And you said, don't worry about it. I've got teams and I've got people who can come over and help you pack. That was a great beginning.
Yeah, wonderful. And how did you find when things are, there's always problems when things, happen when you're, selling your property. How did you find the problems were solved? Did you find that I think
the main thing is just your attitude, which again meant a tremendous amount to us, and that was that you said, Drew, when you have problems, I'm here to solve it. I'm a problem solver. And each time we did have problems, what do I do about this? Where do I go to find this stuff? Say, don't worry about it. I've either got people that I can get to help you, or I'll do it myself, or whatever. It made a world of difference.
Wonderful.
It really lowered our stress level.
Excellent.
A great degree. Yeah.
Made it manageable. Yeah.
Made
Manageable.
it manageable. And did you find it happened all in a timely fashion too?
Much
Yes.
faster than we expected.
Yes.
When we first started looking for homes, Joya was saying, "Oh, I'll be ready in 4 years." Like, we got a lot of work to do, and I said, "It doesn't work that way. If we want a house and we like a house, then we get it. We have a few months, and we have to put our head down and get this darn thing over with." And it's worked. Bluntly,
And that's exactly what
it's
happened.
worked
We went looking for a house. We found it. We liked it.
immediately.
We bought it.
That's right.
And then it was trying to then get to
Yeah.
sell this place. And that's where you stepped in and all that went
It's happened.
forward. Yeah.
Because we downsized, you were here 20 years, a pretty full basement, right?
Yeah, no, when we moved here,
Right.
it wasn't. It was
Right.
nice and neat.
That's right. We all seem to grow to the size of
Yeah.
our fishbowl, don't we? Right?
Yeah.
Don't
That's
we
really
ever?
neat. So we had a lot of stuff to
Oh,
deal
yes.
with, right? And we did it all in about 4 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 or
From-
4
yeah,
weeks.
yeah,
It was
from
it was
decluttering to-
unbelievable how fast it went,
Okay.
and it was manageable times because you got people to come in to help us, and they were coming in for maybe 3 hours a day. Certainly in the first few weeks, it was 2 or 3 times a week. And so it wasn't all the time. It wasn't like 8 hours or 12-hour days or something like that. It was a few hours in that. And then once we got moving with that, then we felt that we were in control and we knew what to expect the next day and would help to be prepared for them as well as do a bunch of it ourselves.
Plus the progress, of
Yes.
how quickly it
Progress
was
was very
going.
encouraging.
Yeah, all the stuff that we wanted to really,
Yeah.
it was very hard and emotional, there's no doubt. It wasn't easy.
Oh yeah.
But once it started, the process started, it progressed so rapidly. And then you were so kind to donate a lot of that stuff to charity and to other things.
I
So
hate
that made
throwing
us feel
things out.
good about that too.
Yeah.
That wasn't just all going to the dump or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
And so all those things came together beautifully. I mean, it went faster, as Drew says,
Yeah.
than we were expecting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It was great.
Yeah.
I mean, as great as something like this gets.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
still-
you're right. It's still uncomfortable,
Oh
having
yeah,
people
yeah, but
with all this
it was
stuff, but-
manageable. We got on top of it. We got on top of it very quickly and said,
Without-
"Okay, this is manageable. We
Without
can handle it
melting,
now."
having a meltdown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's hard not to have a couple meltdowns, but we all make it through. So, which is wonderful. Yeah. And did you all the people that I had invited into your life? Did you find that they were helpful and respectful, and
Yes.
they were
Oh,
competent?
extremely.
Very much
yeah,
so.
very
Yeah.
confident.
Very
They were very
professional.
forthright. They gave us very good advice, and they worked like crazy. Like
Very hardworking.
very hard working and very efficient working, and that in itself was encouraging.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you have any practical advice that you would give somebody who is downsizing?
Perhaps
What would you say to them?
if you don't know where to start yourself, then amazingly, there are people who enjoy doing this that are available that can help you. You're paying for them, but I certainly didn't find it. I found it very reasonable rates myself.
Okay.
So how everybody will see that is one thing, but amazingly, I find it a strange hobby, but there's people who actually really enjoy doing that, and they can give really good advice and help you at all sorts of levels. And that if you are concerned about downsizing, even if you're not moving, you can downsize and that. And there are people who can help you. And that's the biggest thing. I just never imagined people would want to do that.
Yeah.
Happily there are.
Yes, they are. It's really, I have to say, I really enjoy working in real estate, and this is actually one of the funnest things that I do, is get to work with you for, on a regular basis for weeks, and coming over as many times as you needed me, to give a little helpful advice.
Yeah.
anything you needed, and you felt that I was available enough
Absolutely.
to help
Very
you when
much.
you needed. And
Yeah, it was great.
And I didn't-
Tried not to bug you too often,
we were very respectful, and
but
you
when
found
we
that-
needed help, you got right back to us and everything, and it was great.
perfect. That sounds good. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
Well, just that 20 years later that we're selling this house and you are it. You
Again.
came in here both feet first with everything ready and giving us all the great advice and professionalism and, and made things happen.
Thank you.
And yeah, that was, now it's like the hurry up and wait,
Right.
Yeah,
Now everything
just
is
waiting
done.
for our
We've sold,
closing in a couple of weeks.
yeah, and then you sold our house in one day.
Yes. Sorry
My
about
God.
that.
Oh no,
No.
oh I was happy.
Okay.
We were happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that went so quickly. I mean, it was all because of your hard work, your professionalism, your,
Thank you.
yeah, of course, absolutely. We credit you with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And now that we decluttered the house and we've put everything in storage, do you think your move to the next house, is that going to be easier now?
Oh, much
Or
easier.
organized
Yeah.
and stuff?
And we still have things we have to live here. So a lot went into storage, but we still have enough things around here, like mostly kitchen and some closets and that. And you got another person who's that you had recommended who seems fabulous. And she's coming in the last couple of days before we leave to
Okay.
to do the final packing up and that. We're organized with the movers who are happy with things. They'll be in here in the morning and at our new destination in the afternoon. And
Wonderful.
yeah, and then we can start unpacking
That's right.
and not have
Very
as
nice.
much to unpack as we might have.
Perfect.
Thank heavens.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for this time that you've spent talking to me about downsizing, and I hope that our viewers will have will get some insight and get some information and just know what they should do to make the next steps. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
You're so welcome. So glad that you're in our lives.
Oh, thank you very much,
Thank
Joya.
you.